La Liga is back. Only this time, it's with a plot twist. The biggest El Clásico since the Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi era, the race for the title getting a shock new contender, the unpredictable battle for fourth spot in the league. If last season was a clean sweep for Barcelona, this season will be completely different. Why? Because La Liga is about to go crazy. The usual suspects have been working pretty hard almost all window. It's been quite the summer for Barcelona. They won the domestic treble and began the season with that 3-0 win against Mallorca, but that's just scratching the surface.
Goals in front and 2 players less for the opponent. It's not easy, but we have to play better, faster, and of course the opponent.
Hansi Flick wasn't happy with his team's performance in the 3-0 win. Truth is, at halftime, they were already 2-0 up, and Mallorca was reduced to 9 men. He later admitted that the team played at 50% of their intensity and wanted them to up it in the second half, but in the broader context, it's the same Barcelona we saw last season. The same ability to destroy teams from central overloads and dangerous players out wide. Raphinha picked up from where he left off. He bagged again, the opener this season. Ferran Torres added the second for Barca, albeit controversially, but the third? It's almost become a Lamine Yamal trademark special. Cut inside, fake shot, another fake shot, top bins. Yamal with the goal and assist on the opening day. A statement result. With a number 10 on his back, we might be entering an era we've never witnessed before. The Lamine Yamal era at Barcelona, where from the right wing he dominates football. Still on the team as a whole, Hansi Flick is doing something that is guaranteed to scare the rest of the competition in La Liga. This Barca team will be very hard to predict this season.
Hi, Elena Condis, Cadena Cope. Why did you pick Eric Garcia over Jules Koundé? Is due to physical issue or just meritocracy? Thank you.
No, it's a preseason, so Eric played really good and he deserved to play. So
Hansi Flick gave an indicator here when asked about why he started Eric Garcia over Jules Koundé. His words? Not because Koundé was injured, but because of how well Eric Garcia had played in preseason and training sessions. There is serious competition for places in that Barca team, and that's what makes them deadly. They won 3-0 without Lewandowski in the attack. When he's back, Hansi Flick will have to decide if he rewards Ferran Torres' form or if he has Lewandowski straight back into the team. With the addition of Marcus Rashford, there's depth down the wings now. Raphinha started, same with Lamine Yamal. But the point is, Rashford can operate on either wing or down the middle. In midfield, the competition gets even tougher. In that number 10 position, Fermin Lopez got the nod. Flick also has the option of Dani Olmo there. He used a duo of Frankie de Jong and Pedri. Gavi was an option on the bench, same with Marc Casado too. All of this simply means Hansi Flick can make changes to his team for almost every game he plays in the league and still have enough quality players to trouble any team. They lost Inigo Martinez after he left for free to join Al Nassr. No problem. Ronaldo Araújo is a man with a point to prove. The goalkeeping crisis that rocked the club for weeks is now behind them. Joan Garcia started and kept a clean sheet on his debut. There will be bigger tests to come for him in a Barca shirt, but the point is, the team looks well equipped from all angles.
Those losses. You remember falling out. Remember watching the heartbreak from the Champions League when they didn't win that match.
They understand what the goal is. Last year they won everything in Spain. This year they want to win everything in Spain again and the treble. But the crazy thing about this, even with the squad they have and the players on the team, according to the bookies at least, Barca aren't the favourites to win the Liga. It's their arch rivals in white.
How can Real Madrid possibly be favourites?
Yeah.
How can they possibly? Everything Ali said about Barcelona is spot on. It's like, why would you touch it? That's why.
Real Madrid. Everything feels new at the Bernabeu. It's fresh hope. But at the same time, it's the old burning desire to win in Spanish football again. They started the season with that 1-0 against Osasuna. It wasn't the prettiest. You'd suspect that it won't be the club's best performance of the season, but still it's a win to begin the campaign. Mbappe's penalty was the difference. In particular, he looked very sharp with the fouls he drew and the dribbles he completed. But still, new head coach Xabi Alonso has been very clear. He wants to create a Real Madrid team with an identity, something they lacked last season. It's safe to say the 2024-25 season was a disappointment for Real Madrid. The few positives were the trophies they won. The UEFA Super Cup at the start of the season and the Intercontinental Cup toward the end of 2024. But other than that, there was a big problem that overshadowed the club.
Mbappé, Vini Jr. Yesterday we had Mario Suarez here asking whether those two players would be pressing for Xabi Alonso. What are your thoughts on this?
The Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius Jr. dilemma. Mbappé won the Pichichi and the European Golden Shoe last season. He scored the most goals in the debut season for Real Madrid, but at the same time, his arrival disrupted a winning system that ultimately led to head coach Carlo Ancelotti getting sacked, because no matter how much he tried, Don Carlo couldn't find a way to fit all his attacking pieces into one team. It's no longer his job now, it's for Xabi Alonso. Except that's the thing. With Alonso, his mission is different. Mbappé has to fit into a collective to get into this Real Madrid team under Xabi Alonso. He has to do more because the team won't just be about him. We've already seen Alonso make big moves in the market. Ahead of the start of this summer's Club World Cup, Real Madrid signed Trent Alexander-Arnold to add depth to the right-back position. At left-back, they signed Álvaro Carreras from Benfica. That's two new fullbacks to solve the issues from last season. They beat PSG to the signing of the highly rated 18-year-old Franco Mastantuono. It seems like these three would be just about it in terms of incoming players to the club, but again, it's easy to see why. There's enough quality in that team to scare the competition. It just depends on how Xabi Alonso uses them. He's seeing him get the best out of Arda Güler, operating in pockets and half spaces in midfield. He's already emerged as a creative force in the team. In attack, Xabi Alonso's got another player to think about that fits his system. Gonzalo García was Real Madrid's revelation at the Club World Cup, an actual number 9 who knows how to play the position. He combined goals with excellent link-up play and working hard for the team to press and cover spaces. He's become so good that the club decided not to send him out on loan, but rather keep him instead, meaning in attack, Xabi Alonso now has Kylian Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Endrick, Brahim Diaz, and Gonzalo García all in one team. It's a star-studded squad with one goal now, to become champions of Spain again. Last season wasn't just a disaster, it was a disgrace. They lost 4 times to Barca, including in 2 separate finals. It cannot happen again. It won't just be enough to beat Barca, it's about making statements with each match they play. As they have done for years now, Barcelona and Real Madrid continue to dominate La Liga. But there's another aspect to this El Clásico rivalry that makes the league a much-watched this season. Lamine Yamal? New number 10. Kylian Mbappé, Real Madrid's new number 10. The rivalry kicked off last season, and this time we could get it in full swing. Where Lamine Yamal was the clear winner, Mbappé stood his own. After the first meeting with both clubs where he had that horror show, getting caught offside 8 times in the 4-0 defeat, Mbappé responded by bagging 5 goals in the next 3 games against Barcelona, including a hat-trick at the Lewis Companies. Mbappé easily draws attention. The same with Lamine Yamal now. At just 18, he's already getting tipped to win the Ballon d'Or. They're 2 of the best players in the league, but not the only ones. And that's because, despite a shaky start, La Liga could have a 3-horse race for the title this season. Atlético Madrid. Always in the picture, it's easy to dismiss them as title contenders after the defeat to Espanyol on match day 1, but the truth is, La Liga is a marathon, not a sprint. Add this to the fact that this Atlético Madrid team isn't what it used to be last season. Major changes to the squad. 9 first-team players have left. Rodrigo de Paul joined Inter Miami. Angel Correa, Axel Witsel, Cesar Azpilicueta, Samuel Lino, Saul Niguez, Reinaldo, and Thomas Lima. To replace them, Los Colchoneros have spent over €175 million in a squad revamp. Giacomo Raspadori, Alex Baena, Johnny Cardozo, Thiago Almada, David Hanschko, Matteo Ruggieri, and Mark Pubil. All new players to Atlético Madrid's system now. With Diego Simeone, we've come to expect a certain brand of football with Atlético Madrid. However, though, the players he's signing indicate he's trying to alter things a bit, adding them to what he's got, players like Julián Álvarez. We could see him explode at Atlético Madrid in the league this season. The free kick against Espanyol doesn't just mean he's opened his account for the season, but he's also added to his already stunning goal catalogue as well. This Atlético Madrid team still needs time to gel. It could be very scary stuff when they do, especially after the disappointment of last season. And maybe that's why losing on match day 1 might end up becoming a good thing for Simeone and his team. They dropped out of the title race too early. For context, despite the hype around Barcelona and Real Madrid, it was Atlético Madrid who topped La Liga heading into the Christmas break. By April, they weren't in the picture any longer. Add this to getting knocked out in the Champions League round of 16 by Real Madrid and a disappointing Club World World Cup performance, and again there's extra motivation, particularly when you realise that going back, they're the only ones who can upset the big two. Since the 2008-9 season, Barcelona and Real Madrid have won the league 15 times combined out of the 17. The only team to break the monopoly between them, Atlético Madrid, in the 2013-14 and 2020-21 seasons, both under Diego Simeone. In the 2 seasons he won it, he had a duo up top that worked magic, a striker who could score goals and an attacking creative force just behind him. In the 2013-14 season, it was Diego Costa and Arda Güler. In the 2020-21 season, it was Luis Suarez and Angel Correa. In 2024-25, it could be Julián Álvarez and Alex Baena. But that's just 3 out of the rest. The real drama usually comes from the last team vying to qualify for European football. Say it's easy to predict the top 3. The top 4? Last spot for Champions League football? The competition is always different. Athletic Club finished 4th last season, but the news around the club was always going to be about their star man.
Himself, it is Nico Williams himself.
Cuando hay que tomar decisiones, para mí lo que pesa más es el corazón. Estoy donde quiero estar, con los míos.
Nico Williams looked all set to sign for Barcelona this summer, but pulled the plug on the deal in the last minute after he signed a contract extension at the club. On the opening day against Sevilla, he bagged a goal and assisted the winner in the 3-2 win. It's huge for Bilbao because they've not only kept their prized asset, but they'll be competing with basically the same team in European football next season. They also know that the race for 4th spot will be just as hard as it was last season. Even harder after looking at the teams around them. Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, just like Bilbao, they too qualified for the Champions League last season. Just like Atlético Madrid, it's about trying to build and break into the top 3. They're adding quality to the squad now. Thomas Partey is the headline signing, arriving on a free transfer from Arsenal. They've also signed Rafa Marin on loan from Napoli, Inter Milan's Tejan Buchanan, Santiago Marino from Atlético Madrid, and Alberto Melero from Las Palmas. Losing the likes of Alex Baena and Tieno Barry might be huge, but there's enough quality in the squad to make that push to at least maintain top 4 possible. For teams like Real Betis and Celta Vigo, it's about kicking on from last season. Teams like Sevilla and Valencia, sleeping giants with a point to prove. There might be 2 powerhouses in the league, but it takes nothing away from the fact that the league is just as entertaining. Each team has strengthened considerably in the window this summer. Some teams have gone off to perfect starts like Barcelona. Clubs like Atlético Madrid have to make up ground now. For clubs like Real Madrid, it's about keeping the talent they have and managing it, which might be difficult, especially when you consider that attack. Pep Guardiola wants a key player that Real Madrid doesn't seem to understand how to manage. Click the next video to find out why Pep Guardiola needs Rodrigo now.